So what y'all watching right now while you're at home?
We are binge watching Weeds because Sam's never seen it before, and I haven't seen it since like it was live. So it was one of those shows that we was enjoying to rewatch. Like I'm watching it like I haven't seen it, like I haven't seen it before, and it's been fun.
I thought she saw, but she never saw Weeds before.
She never saw Weeds before.
Oh, okay.
And she's understanding. Like it was funny because I'm like a lot of Good Girls concepts is in weed because Nancy's the main character that sells weed and shit like that. So weeds, but it's been fun. It's been interesting. It's 8 seasons of this shit though. I'm like Jesus Christ. And towards the end, it's starting to stagger. So it's like they just grabbing and reaching now. Like, come on, bro, let's just wrap this up.
So actually, you know what? That actually gives me a follow-up question, and like people can answer it. So, but like, what do you look for when you're choosing a new series to binge? Like, is it important that you have a bunch of seasons? Is it important that it has good reviews? Is it important that other people are talking about it? Like, what's important to you when you choose a new binge watch?
That's a good question. That's a great question.
That is.
Typically, I go for like the quality, like as far as like the reviews go. Like if there's a lot of high, really good reviews on it, I'll put it into consideration. And depending on how many seasons it is too. But I'm not gonna knock anything because it may have like 3 seasons or something. If it's 3 seasons of good quality show, then I'll watch it. But mainly for me, I guess it would be just where does it rate on the scale of quality. Like, I know Weez is up there because Genji Cohen is one of the better writers, and he had all them Showtime shows popping for a second. So, Dexter, stuff like that, like, critically acclaimed, but, you know, I guess that's what I go for.
I'm glad we got to watch you figure that out.
Right.
For me, it's mostly subject matter. If it's something that's interesting to me, I'm more than likely to give it a try just off principle. The reviews are also important. I don't really care too much about if people are talking about it. I actually delay listening to albums most of the time until everybody else is done talking about it. So, yeah, subject matter and the rating of it.
What are you watching now?
Well, me and the Mister are having a slow burn of Cheers. We've been watching Cheers very slowly, and my personal show is Breaking Bad, and I am now I just finished episode 8 in season 5, so that was the season finale on TV before the last final.
Oh, the half. Yeah.
And I'm really, really anxious. I'm just anxious.
How many seasons is it?
It's 5 seasons.
Oh, okay.
It's a great show.
Yeah, I'm anxious. I'm really anxious. That's all I can say. I want to talk about it so bad, but like I don't want anyone else to say anything to me that will ruin it for me because I have no idea how this ends.
Well, then what's happening up with you when you're done?
Okay.
Can you watch anything? And if so,
yeah, mine is Homeland. I just finished the 3rd season, so I'm on season 4. It's 8 seasons, I believe, but it's actually way better than I expected it to be.
I heard Homeland was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, I never saw it either.
And me, I tend not to, like, I don't know what it is, but when I see a show and they got, like, 9, 8, 10 seasons, I tend not to watch those right away.
Like Supernatural?
I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna never finish this shit. So it's like, I don't even try. So if I get, like, 5 seasons, I'm cool. I'm like, okay, I can do that. But sometimes when it's a lot, you be like, oh, I'm good.
There's this anime called One Piece, and I feel that way about it because it's considered like one of the best of all time, but it's like 1,100 episodes in, bro. I'm like, nah. I ain't never gonna catch up with y'all. I ain't never gonna make it through this, bro. Like, it's gonna take me years. I'm good. So I hear you on that. If it's too many seasons.
Yeah. What about you, Eric?
So I'm watching Community.
The good one.
Like I've tried in fits and starts to watch it previously, and it never took. But this time we just kind of like pushed through, and like I like it. Although I think we're like halfway through season 3 now, and I heard season 4 is terrible. So we'll see. And what I look for, like actually with Breaking Bad, and then again with Game of Thrones, like I usually wait until like they're going into their last season.
Yeah.
So then I catch it like as the story is ending, and then I don't have to like, yeah. So like Game of Thrones, I think was gone for 2 years or a year and a half, something like that. And like I caught up in that time. So that was fun to be kind of part of the conversation as it was ending, and not knowing, like it wouldn't be spoiled for me how it ended.
Right. No matter what.
Right.
I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, but like as far as like old shows that are completed already, like usually it's just like prestige rating, basically. Like if it's considered like a GOAT show, or if basically that.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't consider watching Game of Thrones. I'm like, damn.
Now time to do it.
It'd be perfect time to do it right now.
And with that, we might have to shoot on that note.
Wait, sorry, one last note. If you do binge watch Game of Thrones, make sure you have like a comedy or something that you can pivot to, because you can only watch like 2 or 3 of them in a row before you just like get burnt out. So
fair enough, and I'm having like a medieval accent the whole time that I'm watching it. So,
but now we can.
Welcome to episode 146 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
It's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. Oh, that was nice. I like that.
I am the
Only known as
RJ.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart. Shout out to all the people playing Final Fantasy Remake right now. Whoop, whoop. Once again, I am the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
And it's your boy Kay Harris, the gentleman.
The gentleman.
The everyday gentleman.
24/7.
But better known as K Diddy.
Take that.
Hey, why don't you go ahead and slide on down to www.technicalfile.com. Don't forget to put the K on that motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Also, you can find us on the Twitter and the Instagram at Technical File. You can also find us on Facebook at Technical File Podcast, which is our fan page. And you can also go to our Technical File Pod Overtime group, which includes our fans, the listeners, and the fam.
Well, yeah, after y'all slide from the website and all that good shit we're talking about, we can go ahead and slide back to, like I said every week, man.
Y'all talk about slipping and sliding.
Right.
Bell on that, dude.
Like, what the fuck?
Hey, y'all came right back to it. Let's roll with it, goddammit. But like I said,
You got a bell in the
intro. If you guys enjoy being a part of this amazing Technical File fam, I'm sure with everybody your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, everybody. Share with everybody man. Let's grow this family. Let's be one happy family.
Don't social distance the podcast. Spread that shit.
Facts. Hey, that's the title of the show. That's
Spread
fire.
that
Don't social distance the podcast. One of y'all text that in the group so I'll get that.
Spread that shit.
Yeah, spread this.
Wow. If the title was Spread That Shit, they really gonna be like, what is wrong with that, bro? Spread that shit.
Don't social distance the pod. Dash. Spread
that shit.
No, that's all we get. Spread that shit. We gonna hold on to that.
But what the picture gonna be? We'll talk about that later. Okay.
Oh.
Anyway.
Wherever you find podcasts, you can find us. That includes Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Spotify.
You have to think about it.
I was about to think of a sound, but I was like, yeah. Yeah. Okay, what's the next one? Yeah.
I think I was at SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Himalaya.
Like a player, yeah.
iHeartRadio.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wooshka.
Wooshka. Yeah.
All right, Bucko.
And wherever you're listening to this podcast right now, while you are there, make sure that you like, subscribe, rate, and review 5 stars or better. That helps us, and we appreciate it. And yeah.
For sure. We definitely need that. Thank y'all for doing that last week. The listener numbers went up to normal numbers, so we appreciate y'all for doing that. Like they said, hey, spread that this week. Don't social distance the pod. Spread that. So we do want to shout out our top listening cities from the past week. Number 1 was Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our hometown. Number 2 is somewhere in Wisconsin. I don't know.
Appleton.
No, I don't know how to say it. Stoughton?
Oh, Stoughton.
Oh, for real?
Stoughton? Where is that?
I can't pull up the thing. Like my internet is in Milwaukee.
Like, does anybody know
Tim
where
getting
that
his cut
is?
along.
Man, get up, Tim.
I'm moving and grooving, trust me. I'm fine over here.
Number 3 is Houston, Texas.
H-Town.
Down.
Number 4 is Fairburn, Georgia.
All right, Georgia, stand up.
Georgia.
Midnight Train.
Number 5 is Inglewood, California.
Inglewood. Always up to no good.
Inglewood.
I would. Shout out to Insecure.
Number 6 is Atlanta, Georgia.
ATL.
Number 7 is Minneapolis, Minnesota.
It get cold in Minnesota.
I still have no idea where that came from.
You never seen that video?
No.
Well, I'll send it. Number 8 is Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay, North Carolina.
Wait, is that where J. Cole from?
That's why I was looking. That's why I was like, ain't that look familiar? Yeah, that is where he's from. Yeah, okay. Hey, J. Cole, put us on, fam.
Welcome, sir. We know you're listening.
We all went to college too.
Right. Yeah, we did, fam. Like, come on, put us on. Number 9 is Maryland Heights, Missouri.
Missouri.
And then number 10 was Chicago, Illinois.
Chi-Town.
What up,
International listeners included. No French this week, Tim.
He's scared them off again.
Did you just say something in French just now, Phil?
He said Sacre Bleu.
But this week we had listeners from the UK. That's the best of an accent you'll get from me on this show.
I was about to say, good day, mate, but that's Australia.
Good day. Hello, Governor.
Hello, Governor.
Hello, Governor.
Then we also have Spain.
Okay. Spain.
Brazil. Qatar.
Cutter.
And Turkey.
All right, Turkey.
Oh, some people's over there looking. Oh, for sure.
Don't be a job, Turkey.
Yeah, spread that.
Spread that shit.
That's really gonna be the theme of the show, spreading that shit.
We just gonna say it randomly so they remember to do it.
I hope the mayor's like in the background listening and being scared as hell, like, what the fuck?
No, he actually walked in when I said Qatar and he threw up his signs because he actually has somebody he knows in Qatar.
So they over there listening.
Yeah.
We know some people.
There was actually a surprising amount of stuff that happened in the past week in the sport world.
Shit.
One of y'all moving and grooving. So, while they get settled, we gonna get into the topics of the week.
Yes, ma'am.
So, we're gonna start off with Tech File Cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Week 2 of Tech File Cinema. Y'all gonna do the fake movie trailer real quick? Can y'all tell the people what Tech File Cinema is all about, please?
Tech File Cinema is.
See, he messed up already. He forgot already.
Right, he forgot what he did last week.
Yeah, I already done fucked up, bro.
Need another bell, douche.
I don't even know how you started off.
In a world.
Under quarantine.
Where we don't have shit else to do.
Sports are done, but Tech File still has to record.
So we spreading that shit.
Oh my god.
Not a closer, dog.
Right, acting like your brother this week.
Hey, I be chilling. I like movie trailers.
Actually, you know what? Not a starter because he fucked up the intro.
Yeah.
Not a starter and not a closer.
Hey.
That's why they twins, Sam.
There you go.
I see it. I understand. This week's film was White Man Can't Jump.
Mm-hmm.
So the selections this week were White Man Can't Jump, which beat out Love and Basketball, Friday Night Lights, and Space Jam. Which I was surprised. I thought Space Jam was going to get some more love, but people like White Man Can't Jump. So we actually had a 62.5 increase. I did the math of people who voted this week for Tech File Cinema.
No Tim stats.
Yeah, that was
No
math on that one. I had to Google once again how you find percentages because it's been a while. But thank God for the internet because then I remembered. But yeah, White Man Can't Jump. So here's the IMDb description. After this, I'll have the guys give y'all the real, the real description of the movie. So White Man Can't Jump is a 1992 film starring Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson, and Rosie Perez. It's about two basketball hustlers, one black and one white, who join forces to double their chances of winning money on the street courts and in a basketball tournament. Street courts. White Man Can't Jump. What's it about? Just give it like the real nigga version. Like you was telling your friend, what's it about?
So if I was telling somebody, like, right, so White Man Can't Jump pretty much about two hustlers, right? One of them got gambling problems. One of them just trying to feed his family and shit. And he just can't get a hold of himself. Like, he like a practical joker type shit. But he real cool. He'll hold you down and shit like that, but he'll let you make your own mistakes. Mm-hmm. That's the black dude. The white dude was a gambler and shit like that. He just trying to make a living. He can hoop. He can hoop, but the motherfucker got some problems. He got some problems. Problems. How the hell you win money and then turn around and bet the money on the way home? Your friend told you no.
Immediately.
It's how you Tim, this is how you describe a movie to somebody who ain't never saw it before.
Hell yeah.
Tim's spoiling the hell out the movie.
That's only one part of the movie though, but it ain't the whole movie. But but again, they be hooping and shit. So I will watch it though. Like it's cool. It's a story of interracial shits.
I need another bell, please. Man, but
honestly, I don't even know how to summarize this movie. Like,
it's legit a movie about street ball, and it's focused around two dudes.
Yeah,
one is white. The IMDb one pretty got it down, except for the whole street court part.
Exactly.
Yeah. The one was in. So the pretty much the Woody Harrelson's character was hustling because he was in debt. Billy Ho. He was hustling because he was in debt with debt collectors and shit like that, and sharks and shit like that. So they was chasing. They was on his ass. So he was supposed to win this money. Mm-hmm. Sydney, he was just like the local playground legend, I guess. Mm-hmm. If that's what they want to call him and shit like that.
They had a lot of them hustlers out. Like all the hustlers knew each other.
Right. Yeah. Like y'all just out here just taking each other money.
Y'all just out here
together. Y'all collectively taking each other's money, which is wild. Even the girlfriends is in on it. Like, we're giving you the money back. Wait, whoa, you already knew? Yeah, that's just the game. I ain't giving you shit. Like, wait a minute. So y'all niggas out here just stealing from each other. Okay. And you already know. Yeah, you already know. You ain't giving nothing back, huh?
Honestly, Billy Ho, he wasn't even hustling. Like, people just assume he was trash because he was white. But like, Sydney actually threw a game to win money. Like,
dude, the whole game. I
was watching. this was my first time watching the movie all the way through. I need to say that. So
it was my first time seeing any part of it.
Yeah. So let me ask you, have any of y'all seen this before?
Yes, I used to love this movie as a kid.
I saw
when I was
bits and
younger.
pieces. My first
You
time
loved it as a
watching all the way
kid,
through.
and this is so. Three of us is new to us, and Tim, you kind of you know this movie.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. That's good to clear that up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Billy Ho had a problem.
Yeah, he did.
I wrote that in my notes. The man has a gambling problem. And Rosie Perez, let me tell you, she was. First of all, she was hilarious, and the scene with the water when she was like, "I'm thirsty."
I love her accent. All I do is
I
that's
swear.
like New York, dog.
Her accent.
I was like that scene was everything that men be talking about. That's how y'all crazy, and I was watching it.
Yes.
Like, dang, she crazy.
Crazy.
Thank you.
Like I saw it, and I was like, oh, that's what y'all be talking about.
Yeah.
Dog, it's like little shit. They'd be like, bro.
Now, I also want to point out the fact that now that I'm in my I should say full mature, but like I'm the maturest I've ever been.
Okay.
I was watching that scene and going, wow, she's irritating right now. Like, it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
For no
Now-
reason.
Like-
For no reason.
Now,
Like, if you want to teach somebody to be empathetic, like, that's not the way you do it.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And, yeah. Rosie Perez was actually my mom's favorite character in this movie. She thought that character was hilarious. And her favorite line was when, after Billy found out that Sydney played him through the game, took his money. And he asked her where she going, and she goes, I'm going to get my mother effing money. That's her favorite part. Where she was like, yes, my girl, go get your money, girl.
Can I just say, like, she was kind of useless.
Oh, yeah. She
Yeah,
was definitely
yeah.
just there for the cash.
But he didn't even have cash. Like, that's the...
He didn't have no monies.
It was probably
they were basically
bomb
homeless.
sex, too. Yeah, it's probably
They were
bomb
both-
sex.
I was about to say,
Basically
that's all it was.
No, that's what was keeping her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a freak.
Well, I mean, I'm saying, why did he keep her? Like, well, I guess...
Same thing.
Yeah,
That- I was saying, yeah, that's the
exactly.
question.
He had nothing
Yeah.
else.
But it's like... All she complained about him not having enough money, but like she didn't have a job. She was just sitting at home like learning useless trivia.
That came in handy.
That came in, yeah, but it did come in handy at the end.
Because he made it happen. Like she didn't do shit on her own to get on Jeopardy.
But if she wasn't ready, then it wouldn't have meant nothing anyway. So
She did get on there and kill it.
she got on there and killed it. And I love the fact that she was going up against two old white men. I think that was very deliberate.
Dude was mad as a bitch next to it.
Hey,
Like, come on now. I'm like,
The
nah,
short
bro.
one?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Answer the questions then, motherfucker. Press the
Calm
button.
down, man.
He threw his hands up like, come on.
Like, come
And
on,
the
man. You
moment I
answer
saw-
all the questions.
The moment I saw the category was food that started with a Q, I was like, my girl, you on. You on.
Some of the weird
Although, to
ones.
be fair, like I knew most of the ones that she like
No, I was
except for the
answering
last
too,
one.
Yeah.
I only knew quiche.
Like quiche, quail, something else.
Oh, and quail. Yeah, I knew quail too. The bird.
That's about it.
I think I just knew quiche. I think that was about me. Yeah.
One thing that I wasn't clear on, like I feel like at least twice Wesley Snipes refers to Rosie Perez as a sister. I'm like, was she supposed to be black in that movie? Like I didn't get it.
I have no idea.
Because like when Rosie Perez and his wife were like standing in front of TV, he's like, you don't tell black women to get out the way or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then
He
like
was
when he was
probably-
talking about her,
yeah.
he was like, oh yeah, you got a sister. Like kind of.
I think he was just grouping her because she was a minority
Oh, okay.
against the white guy in the room, pretty much.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Because like there were a couple things in there that were like race related. I'm like, is this racist or is it just kind of
Yes.
is it kind of like a sign of the times? Like maybe in the early '90s, like there was just like that disconnect there where it's like, oh, that wasn't that bad then.
I can see that.
Because like Billy was low key racist.
Yep. He said some racist
high
things.
He was saying,
That low key. High key. I'm
Oh,
just like, bro,
I
how the fuck you getting away with this shit, bro? 1, 2. I'm like, why he keep talking to her like that, dog?
He also said, quote, a white man cares about winning first, looking good second. A black man cares about looking good first and winning second.
yeah.
I'm like, damn, dog. Oh, you say some shit like that, Billy? Like, why the hell would you say some shit like that too?
I also had to write down, like, I just wrote down this movie is so 90s. Like, the jokes,
The clothes.
Yeah.
how many Yo Mama
Everything.
jokes it was.
It was
I
None
like,
of them were funny. Like there wasn't a
the Yo
single
Mama
funny
jokes.
Yo Mama joke.
But it was so nostalgic that they made me smile. Like, I ended up giggling at a few of them just because, like, it felt like I was a kid again, like listening to somebody telling your mama jokes.
But it was like your mama astronaut. I was like, really, bro?
And then he got mad about it.
Right, he was mad as hell. I was like, what the fuck?
No, he was ready to up pistol because he called his mama. He called his mama astronaut.
Speaking of pistols, though, best person in the whole movie was definitely Marcus Johnson.
Yes.
Raymond. That nigga
That
was
motherfucker.
funny.
He said, you know what? Both of you motherfuckers is crazy. I'm gonna go get my gun. Everybody. Both his hands up. Everybody.
He said, I'm gonna go get my other gun. But when the game started and he's like 500, he's like, all right, let me go to my
Do it to go right.
Like he was going to the ATM.
He put that mask on and walked in. Raymond, is that you? No, that ain't me. Raymond, take that mask off.
That part was hilarious.
It was a fun movie. It was a fun movie.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable.
Did it age well?
I like it. No, because it was racist as fuck.
Yeah, it was racist.
I think I'd be really interested in knowing how like a teenager would view that movie. They probably wouldn't like it. I think they would be like, "This is too racist."
And another thing, like that didn't age well, is getting into a shooting contest with a white dude. Like,
bro, everybody know. Don't come on now.
like if they can dunk contest, like sure, like
right. If they can't do nothing else, they know how to shoot. Like they can shoot their ass off.
And that was the point. I just want to rewind. That was the point in the movie where I was like, "This man has a gambling problem." When he bet his check that he just won to dunk. Yeah. And he knew he couldn't dunk like that.
I was gonna say he knew he couldn't dunk like that. Like
come on, bro. No, I'm serious. I'm like, come on, dog. You ain't got it. Why are we doing this?
What you want, fam? Like, you really got a problem.
Don't nobody care if you can dunk or not, B.
That's what he told him. He was like, bro, to be honest, I don't care. I don't care. No, pull over. No, bro, I don't care.
Then when he lost, if you listen carefully, when Wesley was walking off, he's like, "Stupid white boy. Why would he even make the bet?" Like, he's like, "Stupid bet."
But he made him live in his mistake.
Yeah.
Like shit, my money now. Fuck it.
Also, whenever Wesley had that hat on, he was fine. But the moment that hat came off and that hair came out, and I was like, "Woo, boy, no sirree, vibe."
And it's funny because I had no idea he had even I had no idea he even had hair in that movie because I've only seen pictures with the hat on.
Facts. Mm-hmm. So I was so shocked, and I was like, "Oh, there goes all the attractive, like that all just went back out the window." But I can also see very, very clearly how women in the 90s, why I understand why y'all love Wesley Snipes so much.
So who y'all think was the better basketball player, like in real life?
I know the answer, so I won't answer.
I'll go with Woody.
Ken, who you think?
I don't know. I want to say Wesley Snipes, but I think it was Woody too.
Eric?
Woody.
That is the correct answer. Mm-hmm. Woody was a better basketball player than Wesley Snipes. Mm-hmm. They both did have training, and the fun fact is that Woody actually could not dunk.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell that from like the lob that he caught. Like they shot that from beneath, and like they cut it. Like that was some music, and then they had to like show him coming down. Like,
they had to lower the rim and shit.
Yeah.
He did eventually dunk, though. I'm not sure if this was in the movie itself or just on the set, but he did dunk on a 9.5 foot court.
That's funny.
But it was, like I said, it was...
So white men really can't jump?
Nah, you can't say that because, like, you got the Kevin Loves and...
Kevin Love ain't known for jumping?
Yeah, he can't really jump.
You
fam.
You said Kevin Love.
No more.
Kevin you could have started with Pat. You could
exactly. You said Kevin Love.
Bro, I said Chase Budinger. Budinger used to be able to jump, too.
You love Chase Budinger, fam.
Dude, Budinger, he was supposed to be... He was supposed to be. He was supposed to be.
Anywho. What do y'all rate the movie?
I give it 3 out of 5.
I said 3
out of 5 last week.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Tim?
Well, it'd be 3 out of 5 then.
That is the tech file rating for White Man Can't Jump. 3 out of 5. So now we got 2 3 out of 5 movies. We gotta get a 4-star.
Did we name off who picked what movie?
Oh no, that was supposed to Gen X that.
Yeah, so say y'all movies.
I put out Friday Night Lights.
I did Love and Basketball.
You
Just not
Love and
gonna
basketball. Oh, I did Space Jam.
tell me why.
Hey, that part was sad.
She was
I've
silly,
watched that
dog.
movie so many times.
Wait,
that,
tell me why. Okay, I'm reading through my notes. And tell me why I wrote dry mouth equals bitches be crazy.
Yeah. Just wild, bro. That scene, dog.
And I wouldn't usually use that word, but it
That
fit
is
in that
hilarious.
instance because it's like that's why people say that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Just for no reason, like, what is wrong with you?
And them 3 old dudes was getting their shit off too.
They
Hey,
were.
facts.
Oh, the quartet?
Yeah, bro.
Or the
Really?
Trio.
Really?
The triplets?
That's a bell.
The trios?
They was getting their shit off.
Yeah. They were snapping in the beginning.
They started scatting
And then
shit.
dude gave him $1.
Hey, that buck probably went a long way in 92.
He's a hustler, baby.
Oh.
He just
Bro,
wants
what
you to
was
know.
What was up with the dude juggling the balls and stuff?
Pause.
Remember right before the tournament, it was the 3 dudes that came back, and then a random dude came where he was walking around spinning the balls.
No,
Yeah.
nigga.
I don't know what you're
He
talking
looked
about.
like he looked like a globetrotter.
Yeah, he like
I know
golf trying to
what
do
you're
it.
talking
It was just random as shit. I was like, where the fuck dude go?
Yeah, like the dudes were singing, and then dude was like spinning the ball on his finger, and then he
Yeah.
had each one
Oh,
of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember that. I don't know.
It was just a random
movie was
ass
weird.
scene.
I just accepted it. I enjoyed it. I accepted it.
And Bill, like maybe this is a symptom of having a gambling problem, but Billy like definitely like had a death wish because he won his money and didn't even think about paying back the other dudes.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
He wasn't gonna bet him back.
He was gonna keep it rolling, keep it moving.
Yeah, he was cool with being on the
Like
run, bro.
all he cared about was getting his girl back. I'm like, dude, they gonna kill you for real.
But
Cruising
then
USA.
she gonna move on to the next nigga.
And also, I love that Sizzler thing. The Sizzler stuff was hilarious to me in that first game. Kadeem Harrison was hilarious in that movie.
I thought we was going to Sizzlers.
We're going
I forgot Sizzler was a thing.
I did too.
The scissors used to used to pop.
Once
Wasn't it
again.
like a Applebee's older, like
Pretty
another
much.
version of Applebee's?
Basically, yeah.
But didn't Sizzler have a buffet?
Didn't I don't
I
remember.
feel like it did.
I don't remember.
I could be wrong though.
Next up, during a conference call with Baltimore media, Lamar Jackson announced that he will be on the cover of Madden NFL 21.
MVP. Hopefully the curse don't get him.
Well, last year was Mahomes, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but he was hurt.
Okay. He just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he was hurt.
Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson actually
Still won the
quote,
Super Bowl.
Pat Mahomes is on the front, and he won Super Bowl MVP. I want that curse. I hope that's a curse. So, yeah, he's excited about it. So, if you're excited about it, Lamar, I'm excited about it for you.
Yeah,
Congrats, sir.
congratulations.
What's up,
It's still
man?
accomplishment.
Friday's WNBA draft was on ESPN. And Oregon's Sabrina Ionescu, she was the first overall pick, and she was taken by the New York Liberty. This was the most watched version of the event in 16 years. And it was the second most watched in history.
Because of her?
I mean, people are home.
Yeah.
That's true, too.
Yeah, facts.
It was different too. Like they really hyped it. I mean, one, there's no other sports happening right now, so
True.
Like,
She's one of the more decorated players to come out of women's basketball, though. Or she's probably the most decorated.
yeah,
Well, I would say, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
She's day of the draft. She announced she was signing with Nike, and that she had a Beats by Dre endorsement. So,
Dope.
like off the gate.
yeah.
So,
And it probably helps that she's gonna be in New York.
Yeah, I was
For
say she
sure.
got drafted to New York. Ooh,
Yeah.
she could be a little icon quickly.
this was the first time the WNBA draft was on ESPN since 2011.
Wow, that's wild.
It's normally on ESPN2 and ESPNU. But also during the draft, the WNBA announced that they were bringing out something called the Kobe and Gigi Bryant WNBA Advocacy Award. And that's going to recognize an individual or a group who has made significant contributions to the visibility, perception, and advancement of women's and girls basketball at all levels. So the WNBA and the Bryant family are going to announce the first recipient during the NBA All-Star 2021. And Kobe's wife, Vanessa, she will play a large role in determining the honoree, and she'll present the award each year at the NBA All-Star Game. So that's tight. And it's going to include a charitable component, too. So they're doing some good things.
Oh, I had to go and look up who was in the draft in 2004, which was the last highly rated WNBA draft. It was Diana Taurasi. So,
yeah, 2011 had Maya Moore, which was last year. They were on ESPN.
Yep.
Yeah. The NFL draft is this Thursday. It kicks off this week Thursday. It's going to be televised on the NFL Network and ESPN over the 3 nights. So it takes place April 23rd through 25th. And you can catch it on ABC too, like the first night or first 2 nights for like a primetime condensed version of the draft. I don't know how that's going to look. It's going to be there. Yeah, I actually wish I had NFL Network. I don't. And I really miss it.
What seems you just watching on ABC?
I want to watch NFL Network right now. Like I would just have it on. I don't have the channel.
So like I guess they did like a mock run through yesterday to test like all the technology and everything, and somebody leaked to some reporter. It was like, we had difficulties with the first pick with Cincinnati. Like this is crazy, or just like I'm like that's the whole point of doing the test, so that shit you work out the kinks before the live broadcast. So like yeah.
And they said it was only for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, like the first reports that came out like exaggerated the time.
Right. It was only down for like 2 minutes and everything was fine. Like it probably was buffering or some shit.
There was also an issue with too many people on the call not using mute.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see that.
Oh, people finna get fired. They're finna get fired, bro. There's been so many idiots getting fired or getting caught on their lives just saying dumb shit.
I mean, I can just them not using the mute button because certain age demographics just don't think about certain things.
Nope. And somebody go be like, hey, yeah, so let's call so-and-so and draft so-and-so. Hey, let me go ahead and get that real quick.
I mean, I don't know if y'all...
Now. I need all your picks, bro.
Like, I mean, an example, I don't know if y'all watched last night, but Teddy Riley and Babyface spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out how to pin a comment on Instagram. And it was really painful to watch.
It was hilarious.
I was embarrassed. Like, I was embarrassed for them. Like, I couldn't believe I had to sit there and watch them do that. Babyface had candles and Grammys in the background. He's talking about, what do you mean pin? I don't like pin. What? And I'm like, oh God.
I'm so mad that ain't nobody. I mean, they helped Teddy out, but like, hey, sit your ass down in the studio.
No,
go ahead and play these songs.
Once Teddy saw Babyface started singing and stuff and getting instruments, Teddy was like, I want that. And that's when everything started going back downhill technology-wise.
That
was one of the best nights on Twitter when it didn't work.
They was on his heels.
The jokes.
Why the hell did he have that damn red suit on anyways?
That was his fit.
Man, and that damn hat. Yeah. His kids was on there telling them. His kids was all like, somebody help Daddy out. Tell him no.
Babyface was sitting there being shady. Talking about I'm here alone in quarantine.
Because he just got over it. Then he just he just recovered from it. Like he was like, shit, I was over here fighting shit.
Being shady, talking about, I didn't know we were
fighting for my life. Right, you over here with motherfuckers all up in the crib and shit. Like,
you got niggas in the background dancing.
Like, who the fuck is that? Like, hey, he was the best part of that whole performance. My man was getting his shit off, dog.
He was dancing hard.
So this is my moment, my nigga. I was in the background the whole time.
Then he had all them people. Dang. Yeah. You kind of Teddy Riley-ish.
Who?
Tim.
Oh, I thought you said
how?
Yeah, I can see that.
The high energy. Like, if you was to put on a performance, you be putting on a performance.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
You'd be over the top.
Over the top performance.
I was thinking about a dance battle the other day, dog.
You gonna dance somebody? You gonna have a battle on TikTok, bro?
No. See, instead of racing, Tim just gonna be that's gonna be his Instagram.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost posted my video on my race. The last time I was racing, motherfuckers.
You almost what?
I almost posted that video.
When you were running out in front of dude's house in church shoes?
No, nigga, not that one. No, we was racing after a kickball game because this one dude came up after the game and was like, "Yeah, you look pretty fast, man. So I want to race or whatever the case may be to somebody else. No, to somebody else. It wasn't even to me." And I was looking at him. I was like, "Motherfucker, I'm the fastest nigga over here."
Tim was offended.
He was offended.
I definitely was. I was like, "Can I get in on this?" They was like, "Oh yeah, but your guy, man, he was like, I think I got him." And his whole team over there was like, "Yeah, you got him." And when we raced, you could hear somebody in the background. I was like, "Damn, Tim." Burnt his whole ass. I was like, "Dude, don't you dare race a nigga over here and not challenge me." What the fuck?
Oh, but Tim, speaking of challenges, I heard you got called out.
Bro, listen.
In the Tech Foul overtime group.
I will race him. Like Camille said, because I want to see where I stack up.
Back up.
Yeah. So Ken was challenged to a race for the Tech 540 by Rick. And then
challenge accepted.
Shout out to Foresight. And so Rick decided
real estate
to throw me in there with it too, with his boy Demi. I knew who Demi was. So Demi is fast as shit. I've seen this motherfucker. He's fast as fuck. So when he said that, I was like, damn, so y'all just go throw track stars out here for sure. I ain't say nothing. So Eric did some Googles. and the title said what? Fastest man in Wisconsin?
Arguably the fastest man in Wisconsin.
I was like, come on, bro.
How tall is this dude? Is he like six something?
I'm pretty sure he like 6 feet. At least 6 feet.
At least 6, so he got long strides.
Dog.
Pause.
Fucking crazy, dog. I was like, but I'll run. I ain't even like that. I'm not even like that at all. I just gotta go ahead and get my squats on.
I don't care if Usain Bolt was out there. Tim gonna beat him.
Hey, listen, if it was Usain Bolt, I'd definitely run against that motherfucker too. Justin Gatlin, I run against all them motherfuckers. Dog.
Out here, Tim out here.
We
ain't worried.
Anybody,
about it.
I don't care.
We ain't worried about it. Tim got this.
Ken ain't talking about himself. He just talking about it.
Right. He said shit about himself.
He the one who got challenged.
Man, Rick already know he gonna get burnt. I ain't worried about that shit, B. It's gonna be a cakewalk. I'm out here.
Anyways.
Out here.
One more thing about the draft. The Lions GM didn't want to take no chances about this technology stuff not working for him. So he got a Winnebago. It's going to be in his driveway. And his IT director is going to be in that mud for all hours of the draft.
He got his own IT.
He probably got the money. It's probably going to be a real nice Winnebago.
It has to be. Like, you're going to have someone sit out in your driveway for 3 days? Like, it's got to be luxury.
Like, do he get to go home at the end of the day?
Yeah, he goes home and then reports back to work at the Winnebago.
So, like, you got to live in here for 3 days.
Who do you want, Ken? Who do you want y'all to draft with y'all first round? Oh, no, I don't think y'all got a first rounder, do y'all?
I don't believe we do.
No, y'all traded it to fucking Raiders. Y'all don't have a first round pick this year.
No, sir, we do not.
Damn.
Mac is your first round pick.
Yeah. Damn, dog. Come here, who you want?
So you guys enjoy.
It's not a who. It's more so a what.
What do you want?
I want a wide receiver. There's so many good ones. And into the first, like,
it's
come on,
deep.
like,
Receiver class deep.
Get a top wide receiver. Like, Aaron needs it. Get him somebody, please. But I will say, if one of these like quarterbacks drops and they just so happen to be there, you get him too.
So you would be cool with like a Jalen Hurts?
Mm-hmm.
Or Jordan Love name been thrown around there a lot.
Come on and sit behind Aaron for a year or two.
Just to put a pin in Demi for a second. So I'm looking at the top 100. Actually, I don't know if that's top 100, but in the 100 meters in 2003, in all of high school, all over the country, Demi had the second fastest time.
Nigga, what?
In the nation?
In the nation.
In the nation?
Nigga, what?
In the nation. Tim got it.
I'll run, bro. Like,
Tim got it.
I got to stretch and shit.
New England is trading.
Damn, he's faster than Adrian Peterson.
Jesus.
And probably Michael Bennett. At one point was,
I mean, I'm saying Adrian Peterson is on this list and Demi's time is faster than him.
Yeah, bro, no.
Yeah, you own it. New England's trading Rob Gronkowski in a 7th round pick to Tampa Bay for a 4th rounder. It's official. It happened. It's done.
It's wild that Gronk decided to come out of retirement to go to Tampa Bay for Tom.
Yeah, he said he would only play for Tom Brady.
Apparently, he was acquired by the Lions in 2018, but he told them that he would retire and only play with Tom.
Yeah, they were talking about trading him, and when he said that, it fell through because he meant it.
That's a nice offense.
You got Rob Gronkowski with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans,
and OJ Howard.
That's crazy how that team turned around in 1 year.
They're just gonna be the Browns.
I was gonna say they better not be the Browns, fam.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna see what pick they have in the draft. Hold on, I
could really see it going that way for them, where it just don't work.
It looks
Tom
so
Brady look old. I can see it, but I'm hoping it's not that way.
I'm trying to find out what they are in the draft because
you think WWE made them quit? Made Rob quit? What's going to happen with his contract? Is he still a champion? Is he still a 24/7 champion?
I mean, it's not like he can play football anytime soon, so they get it off him in the next 6 months. I don't know.
Or they going to make sure he have it by the time he go back to training camp.
There you go.
A lot of them got them pinned for Andrew Thomas, offensive tackle. But I was saying one of the main pieces that Tampa Bay was missing or like inconsistent on is a running back. And there is a Wisconsin running back that's probably going to be available to them who would probably set the rest of that team off.
Yeah, it ain't going to be a first-round pick.
No, they got him like end of the first. They got him as the second best running back, but end of the first, early second.
I mean, yeah, early second sound about right. So yeah.
Ooh, Tampa Bay maybe is.
Oh, they already have They already have a Wisconsin running back, is what I was trying to say.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Dare Agumbawale.
Oh, yeah. He was our running back in Wisconsin like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Enrique's brother.
Dang, they all athletic, huh?
And I think Diamond Stone is their cousin.
Oh, jeez Louise.
The whole family.
Jeez Louise.
That sounds like, what's the name of them? Flavion Johnson and Dupree Fletcher and them. Mm-hmm. Like, they all related.
So, WWE legend and actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he's reportedly set to serve as an executive producer for a series about backyard wrestling on HBO. HBO, he always an HBO bag, man.
Yeah.
Right. But I thought it was, what caught my attention is, it's going to be called, what, Tracy and T, right?
Yep, which is short for Trey Count.
Right.
So it's probably pronounced Trey Count still, but just spelled that way.
Right. And then it's going to be him. He's an executive producer. Then his ex-wife is going to be an executive producer or co-producer on there. And Issa's an executive producer on there. So I was like, oh, they may actually make some shit happen. Ballers was actually nice, and then I don't know what happened to the last couple of seasons.
The last like 2 seasons.
I didn't even watch the last season because the one before that wore me out.
Garbage.
I was like, man.
Exactly.
But
when they were trying to move the team.
Yeah.
Like, that was when I kind of checked out.
It was too much happening.
Yeah, but I was like, HBO didn't do him wrong. So I was like, well, it could be a good show. I was like, plus it's wrestling. So I'll check it out. I was like, it sounds interesting enough.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't got nothing against backyard wrestling.
That's going to be some wild shit. A bunch of Jeff Hardys.
On HBO? Yeah, sure. And The Rock doing it? Sure, why not? I'm with it.
Why
Everybody
not?
jumping off the roof and shit.
Right.
That's going to be some wild shit. Roofs, garages.
It's time to talk about The Last Dance, fellas. Episodes 1 and 2 came on this past Sunday on ESPN and ESPN2. If you watch it on ESPN, you got the uncensored real version. Mm-hmm. ESPN2 was the censored version. It was plenty of people tweeting like, I didn't know you could say this on ESPN.
You can say and do anything on cable television.
I want to be like, when the rating is TV and A, they can do what they want to do.
Because they've already been reviewed.
And they aren't required to even like rate the show. Like, that's all voluntary.
You know, Disney family company. You know.
I'm saying like they can get away with anything that they want because they aren't beholden to the FCC. So the only reason that you don't get cussing and sex and violence and all that stuff is because like they're sponsors. But anyway, continue.
The story of WWE.
There you go.
But yeah, it was apparently 6.1 million people who tuned in. That was the average amount of viewers for episodes 1 and 2 of The Last Dance.
Yeah.
Over half of those people who were tuning in were in the 18 to 49 age demographic, which makes complete sense.
Yes.
So, these were like two of the most popular original broadcasts on ESPN in like years and years and years and blah, 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 blah. It's already getting, talking about whatever. What were the biggest takeaways for y'all from the first 2 episodes? And like, did anything surprise you?
I really liked the college journey that they kind of took us through for a second. Even though it's supposed to be about that season with the team, it doesn't hurt to give you a little bit of backstory.
Wait, let me pause you there, because I think that's a misconception. People think it's just about the season, but the documentary is actually about the entire Bulls dynasty, but it's just through the lens of that season because they have that footage.
Gotcha.
Because you can't get 10
sense.
episodes out of one season.
Right, so that's why it's like each episode is kind of about a different person, apparently. So like we're going to get a Phil Jackson episode. Robin. We're going to get a Rodman episode. So like it's going to twist and turn some. All right. Tag you back in, Tim.
Oh, but no, I was saying that I thought it was well done. Like it was
there drinking that warm ass water.
It was engaging. It was they brought the way they brought it in. Like it was high energy, things like that, and then like how they started Scottie Pippen's story with him dunking on Ewing and shit. Like when Jordan was dropping 63 on Boston when they had "I'm Bad" in the background. Like I like the music that they was putting to the shit. Like it was really really well done.
Music was cold
for me.
Music.
Yeah, that was my favorite. Honestly, that was like my favorite part was the soundtrack. Like everything, like all their musical choices were on point.
Fact.
Yeah, I was listening to the director on Jalen and Jacoby for their after show, and he was saying like he's trying to get it as close as possible to like the year that he's highlighting. So like if it's a clip of stuff from 92, like his music from 92. If it's a clip from 87, it's 87 music. So he actually put thought into it.
And he said he was trying not to pick some of the most popular songs, but songs that when you heard it, you would be like, "Dang, yeah, that was cold."
Right.
Like, I forgot about that. And both, it happened both times.
And he's not even done editing the last episodes yet. Like y'all really rushed this man into putting it out. He said this one's been done, and that they have always been on track to be completed by mid-May. So they'll be fine. That's why they're doing them 2 a week for however many weeks.
Gotcha.
I guess 5 weeks.
They still working.
Right.
That's crazy.
But there wasn't really many surprises, I want to say. It was just a lot of the stuff that I was watching when I was watching most of the time, I had a big ass grin. Because there was like a lot of the nostalgia and a lot of or just seeing the original shit, or like his championship game. Like seeing like clips from that and shit like that. Like that shit was cool. So I loved that portion of it too. Like I said, it was nice to kind of give a backstory on things and kind of just like, okay, this is who he is. This is what he's accomplished. He's been a fucking monster since he's been from college on, like into high school, on the college, on through the league. Like he's always a monster. When Sam Bowie name was called, I swear to God, when I was sitting there watching that, and they called Sam Bowie, I was like, I need to look up this motherfucker's college stats. I was like, he had to be cold, bro. I was like, because Jordan was cold. I was like, he had to be cold. No. No.
He was a center fan.
Tim just gave a whole monologue.
Yeah. That's Tim, though.
That's the truth.
Anything else anybody took away from the documentary?
Me, I didn't know that much about Scottie Pippen's story like that.
Yeah.
So that was the most surprising for me because I didn't really know that much. But Scottie Pippen was cold.
That contract, though?
Yeah, that contract was. I was just like, but I understand why he did it because
that's what I was. Yeah,
he was taking care of everybody. So he just had to make sure that secure that bag. But it sucks though because he was trying to do the right thing, but ended up getting screwed in the long run.
He outperformed that contract real quick.
Jeez, but tenfold.
Real quick.
Somebody put the numbers into perspective. Like I think when he signed it, he was a top 15. Like it was a top 15 salary in the league. It's just that he signed it for so long that by the end of it, and the salaries had exploded and the cap had increased to the point where he was at like 122 or 132, something like that in his last year. like his agents even advised him against signing it. They're like, it's too long. Like this isn't a good deal. The owner claims that he told him it wasn't a good deal. Like Scotty made that decision, and Scotty had to live with it.
Yeah.
And that was my thing about it too, because a lot of people were like, well, Jordan could have gave him like 2-3 mil, man. Jordan was going to do. I'm like, but he made an agreement on that contract himself.
Yeah, Jordan was underpaid until like the last year.
Thing. Like until his last two big contracts, he was only making $2-4 million a year himself. Mm-hmm. So he wasn't making that 30-something that whole time.
Yeah. It's just like he had to pick. He chose his family. He has disabled people. He has mouths to feed. Like,
that's why like the players now are actually lucky that they decreased like the maximum amount of years that you can sign a contract. 7-year deals were regular like through like 2005, I think. And like, can you imagine if you would have signed like a 7-year deal in 2012? Your contract just ended last year. Like, you missed the entire cap spike.
Yeah.
Saving them from themselves.
Yeah. But then again, you don't get the long-term security, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like Ken, you were saying, I don't blame Scotty at all for
I don't blame him.
I get it.
Yeah. It's not like that's the only money he had coming in either. Like, he had Nike signature shoes. He had that porno like commercial for the subs.
Oh my god, that commercial was terrible, bro.
Let's see. What were my main takeaways? Well, one, they are just going. This is going to be 10 episodes of them dunking on the dead man because Jerry Krause is. They damn near gonna have me sympathetic to that man by the end.
Yeah.
I'm like going through my Twitter timeline to remind myself what I was thinking.
I thought about doing that. Jordan's mom still looks great.
Jordan's mom was so cute. I was like, she looks great. Oakley was out here smacking Pippen.
Man, bro, I'm like, dude, Oak he been out here doing this thing forever, dog.
He just smacked him.
He moved that man hand, he put it down, he like, now move your damn hand. Smack.
Because ain't nobody gonna hit him back.
Do y'all believe Michael Jordan when he said that he walked into that room with drugs he had never seen in women and all that stuff, and he walked right back out?
I believe he was snitching. I was like, oh, this is what we doing? He telling like this? yeah, I'll turn around. But the whole team was doing lines, and I'm like, God damn.
To answer your question, no, Camille, I do not believe that man came into a room with women, weed, and white girl, and went back out. Like, no, this isn't my scene.
He just walked right out.
I believe that in his first year, he might have done that, and then the second time he knew what he was coming back for. And so on and so forth.
That's why his eyes always look like he just woke up, bro.
Someone said his eyes look like he take them out every day and soak them in Crown Royal and put them back in.
Oh, ain't no way in hell, Mike.
He was out here playing with crackheads.
Like, come on now. Oh, wow. He was hurt? And he was playing with the college team the whole
7 minutes, 7 minute
yeah.
limits.
Yeah.
A game or a half.
I just want to point out like how many things players today get knocked for that were going on then. So like minutes restrictions and load management. That's not an invention of now. Like, granted, it wasn't Jordan's choice, but it's not the choice of the player. Most of the players now. Like, as we've said, like Kawhi is pretty much the only one that is choosing to like strategically sit out games to preserve his body. So. Like, that's nothing new. Like, the Bulls made the playoffs in his second year with 30 wins, but, LeBron's trips to the finals get invalidated because he didn't have competition in the East.
Those arguments are silly.
We was the second seed that year, too. I was like, okay, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee was cold in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, we hated Milwaukee, man. They beat us all the time. Like,
8 or 9 straight 50-win seasons.
Oh, and I also didn't realize that Mike was only in his second year coming off of that injury when he dropped 63 in Boston.
He was coming fresh. That was my thing. I was like, he just came off of a freaking injury, bro.
Oh, that was the last thing. Him playing golf against his opponents in the playoffs. Oh, yeah. Players today are too buddy-buddy. Like, you can't have it both ways, man.
Hey, tell DJ I got something for him tomorrow.
He meant that too.
Ass, bro. Larry was mad when he had to guard him and shit.
There was a couple teams like that. Or no, that was Bill Walton.
Bill Walton.
That's what it was. Bill Walton. Pissed when he had to guard that motherfucker. Dog. Like, dog, hey, somebody come get dude.
Help, motherfucker. Help me.
I'm too goddamn big for this shit.
But man, that was the quickest 2 hours.
It was.
Yeah, it did go by fast. It did.
Draymond Green, when he was watching, he said that he saw some parallels between the end of the Bulls run and the end of the Warriors run.
Like,
And
Did you elaborate?
Yeah, he said that a difference was that he saw that Phil Jackson kind of set the tone for the Bulls. Everybody knew what it was coming in, and there was no elephant in the room. Like, everybody knew, like, this is it.
That's because Jerry Krause made sure everybody knew.
That's what he's saying. And
Is that a shot at Steve Kerr?
No, because he said that Steve Kerr came in and was trying to address it the best way he could, but it was out of his hands because KD could have shut things down, but didn't, pretty much.
Gotcha.
And left it to them to defend
Yeah, and he was like, now we got to keep answering the same questions all the time, and the elephant never leaves the room. Because if KD just says, like, no, we done talking about this, and we done talking about it, but he never, you know.
Like how Giannis said, I'm not talking about my contract at all this year.
Yeah.
And that never became a problem at any point during the season.
Nope. Because he just won't answer the question. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the next few parts of The Last Dance. It felt great. The only thing I hate is that it's on Sunday night. And I hate looking forward to Sunday night because I hate Monday morning so much.
I just hate that it overlaps with Insecure.
I just want Insecure right after. I just got to mute Insecure
I know,
on
but
the
like
timeline.
then you can't have like conversations with both, you know, like
Right.
Oh, see, I don't watch Insecure for that, so.
I don't either, but it wouldn't be bad to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can watch it and then, you know, I want to interact with people on... Say I want to interact with people on Twitter during that time frame. Like, I want to watch the Jordan doc too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Then
I'm not
what you want to do.
I'm not watching Insecure just to interact on social media, but it would be great to do so while watching.
I got you. Okay, y'all, we got some...
All right.
We got some... I said I got you. I
I
agree
think we
with
lost
you.
Camilio.
Huh? We hear her. We hear her.
I can't hear her at all.
I was like,
did-
am I
did she mute me?
tripping? No, I didn't mute. How can I mute just
Mine
you?
I got a caution symbol on here, so she muted me.
No,
she didn't mute you.
his signal's going
like we
bad.
can all hear you and her. She can.
I
hear
can't hear
you.
her. I can't hear her at all.
Well, we'll
All right,
we'll just
I'll be
pause
back.
for a second until your Wi-Fi get acting right. The Wi-Fi's a little shoddy, huh?
Nigga, no.
The bootleg.
I'm about to say, she's the only one that disappeared. Is my Wi-Fi? How that work?
Yeah, because you had the cautious.
Everybody else works. She's the only one that lost.
No, you were the only one who
Yeah,
lost,
I'm
man.
just saying, how
The three of us
everything
were
is
fine.
affected. You the only one that's affected, but it's my Wi-Fi.
Hey, Tim got people coming in helping him and shit.
Got the Winnebago parked out back.
Hell yeah, my whole IT team in the back and shit.
Teddy Riley just popped up.
Teddy.
All right, now for real. Okay, this next part of the show, I got some bad news. So I'm gonna try to get through this bad news as quickly as possible so we can get back to something else.
Say, let's run through this shit.
Because, and I promise you, after the bad news, we're gonna bring you back up. All right.
Yeah.
First, we want to say rest in peace to longtime WWE ring announcer and WWE Hall of Famer Howard Finkel, who passed away at the age of 69.
Definitely.
So rest in peace to the Fink man. WWE let go of many employees, both on air and behind the scenes, in an attempt to save on company payroll. Some of the more high-profile names that got let go were Kurt Angle, who was working backstage, former tag team champions Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, Leo Rush, who was the cruiserweight champion back in like December, former 24/7 champion Drake Maverick, Zack Ryder, Rusev. They even let go Mike Chioda, who was the longest tenure referee in WWE history.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were actually like blasting WWE for that because they had made that $18 million donation just like 2 days beforehand. And
That's
I
all
guess-
right.
Yeah. And so now they was like, oh, they did all of this to save what, $4 million? I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
More
But
bad.
then again, I guess they could argue that without giving that 18, like without donating the 18 million, they would have had to cut more people. So I don't believe it, but that would be their argument.
More bad WWE news. An anonymous person who said they were a WWE employee appealed to the Orange County Board of County Commissioners on Tuesday to shut down WWE's tapings at the Performance Center in Orlando over concerns of the virus. So the WWE employee named John, which I'm guessing is short for John Doe, submitted public comments, said that they're being forced to work the tapings despite the stay-at-home orders, that he's unable to speak out and he feels he'll be fired. And employees are unable to maintain social distancing at tapings. They have to touch each other.
Mm-hmm.
They request a government shutdown so that everyone can follow the rules without fear of losing their jobs. But it's also been reported by multiple sources that both WWE and AEW officials have informed talent and staff that they did not have to work during the outbreak if they didn't feel comfortable doing so, and that their decisions would not be held against them in the future.
And I think the WWE also changed their recording schedule for precautionary and safety reasons, which I think John Doe kind of mentioned as well. It was like, yeah, they changed it up, and you know they are real precautious with it, but still, it's the point. And like, I get it too. I get that too. Like, we ain't seen Roman in a while. We got twins on the way,
right? And he also has a compromised immune system.
Yeah, so.
The MILB and the MLB met Wednesday, and the word is that the MILB is agreeing. Yes, I said to meet Wednesday, so that is will be meeting, right? Right.
You didn't say that. We gonna keep rolling.
Definitely thought I did. That's what I meant to say if I didn't. The word is that the MILB is agreeing to cut the minor league affiliates from 160 to 120, so they could actually lose as many as 42 minor league teams.
Yeah,
teams. Goddamn.
Yeah, teams.
Yeah, like they're consolidated because they've been trying to get rid of a lot of minor league. They don't want to have a ton of affiliate teams. Like they kind of want to start trying to condense them. So apparently they're supposed to be having a meeting on a couple of agreements, and MLB has asked the MILB of some couple public demands, and one of the last ones was consolidating the minor league teams.
So like minor league. First of all, a couple questions. One. Is in minor league baseball, like, are all the teams affiliated with big league teams, or are there like independent ones?
They are.
Most of them are affiliated, but there are two independent league teams.
Correct.
Okay.
Or no, those two teams would be added to the affiliated ball. So no, they're all affiliated.
Right, and they're part of the agreement is they're trying to get more backing from the MLB. So the MLB has a thing in place to where the teams that would lose them, they wouldn't be affected by losing those teams. They would still be under the MLB umbrella, so they would find a way to use teams in those cities still to bring baseball into those cities. So it's like they're trying. It's just like they just don't want as many teams to be spread out. It's gonna be. They also knocked down how many rounds it is for baseball. I can't remember how many it is, but I think they took out like two or three rounds to cut down the amount of players being drafted. So they're trying to consolidate too.
And then my other question was: there are 4 levels or no? So it's like single A, double A, triple A, and rookie, right?
Yeah, but there's high A, low A, high double A, low double A, and then there's triple A.
Oh, see,
and rookie ball. So it's like 7 levels. It's just that's why so many teams, because it's like, well, come on, bro, it's a lot. It's a lot of players. It's a lot of teams, and I guess they're trying to just consolidate everything.
Yeah. Former XFL Commissioner Oliver Luck sues owner Vince McMahon for wrongful termination. Much of the lawsuit is redacted, citing confidentiality clauses that were built into Luck's contract. But we did know that bag was worth apparently like $20 million over the course of it. So I get why he's trying to sue to get some of that money back. He's seeking unspecified damages, attorney fees, and interest in a declaratory judgment on fulfilling the terms of the contract. Good luck with that, my guy. Vince is having a rough week.
Yeah. They say he just sold off like $80 million worth of his stocks too to kind of like
rough week.
recoup.
Rough week for the billionaire, who's probably just a millionaire now, multi-millionaire now.
Multi-hundred millionaire.
Right. You guys, we're going to the radio. We're going to do it. We're going to bring it back.
Oh, we got a radio?
We got a radio.
WTECK Radio 69.9 FM, where 69 is fine.
Ken, would you tell the people what the radio segment is, please? If they're new here, introduce them, please.
This is a portion of the show where we play a song that is sport adjacent, either written, performed, produced by someone in the sports realm. A DJ such and such, and this is our backroom meeting.
You started real strong. Tim's DJ name on the radio show that we do, like a real station, is actually DJ Give It To Me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was the old one, right?
Yeah, he changed from such and such a few months ago.
Yeah.
And it's the backstage production meeting.
Yeah, there we go. What she said.
Back room be sounding like some filthy stuff be going on.
Shady Hills.
Nothing but filth.
This week's song, I figured I would go back to the Deion Sanders pot because it's the NFL draft, coming up this week. So we're going to listen to Deion Sanders. Prime time keeps on ticking.
Keeps on ticking.
Now, Dooch is your music guy this week. So, yeah, what you want to do, fam? How do you want to come in on the radio station?
I'll talk before the music starts.
Okay, so you'll cue Dooch when to play the music. So you'll point at the screen or something?
Sure.
Do a strong point. There you go. All right. Yeah, spread that.
Spread that. Take that.
Okay, Kim, will you count this goofy nigga down to get on the radio, please?
Yep.
Wait, what's the name of the song again?
Prime time keeps on ticking.
Keeps on ticking. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2.
WTECK Radio 69.9 with 69 is fine. It's your DJ. Give it to me. Right now we got prime time. Keep on ticking.
I really wish I could sing.
Hey. He borrowed it from Snoop. It sounded like a West Coast beat.
So it sounded like Adina Howard.
It sounded like a borrowed from that Space Jam song.
And she was on a live the other day. I was like, hey, Adina.
You would be following Adina Howard and get.
No, she popped up on something. I don't know what it was. It was on my timeline though, and I was like, oh, hey, Adina.
So bring your thumbs and we can get it on. Sheets getting bone and tone until the break of dawn. No, I'm not a phony man. You can ride the pony in if you.
Why was that a thing? Like, roll, like, till the break of dawn was like everybody's thing.
That was the key bar of the time, man. Tim, why do you have on sunglasses, fam? This nigga got too into the song, man.
I had to go get my Scully. Hold on, let me get the case.
This nigga getting swagged out. This is Deion Sanders bars.
I might go ask him. There you go.
Get ready to do a screenshot, Camille.
Out my Rolex to check the time. Damn, I'm late.
Word.
You like
I got no time to change because it's an everyday.
Hey, I'm sick of my Aaron, you got that because that's gonna be the cover. It's gonna say spread that and it's gonna be 10 points.
No, I need to see it again. Let me get it, Tim. Pause.
What?
Y'all are disgusting.
You ain't gonna put the glasses back on?
Man, I got like 10% left on my phone. Hold on.
You don't have it in like battery saving mode?
It is in battery saving mode. I got an iPhone 8.
There you go. There you go.
8, bro.
Hey, you got a point, fam.
Wait, Camille, your face keeps going too big. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Go, Tim.
You gotta talk to him.
Why I gotta talk? What were you talking about? Oh, yeah, the music on. Alright. Yeah, this is DJ such and such. You know,
No,
I hear
make
get my
those
shit
square
on
figures.
for the one time.
Alright.
Oh, damn. Alright, y'all want
Whatever. We gonna get what we get.
You gonna take whatever picture we give y'all for this album. But yeah.
People can't even hear the song and shit.
It was nice, Deion.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. From what I could hear, I enjoyed it. So, Joe Buck. He is a sport announcer. He announces just about anything that they will let him go there and announce for.
Yeah, you do it.
Except for this, because he was offered $1 million to be a play-by-play commentator for porn.
That would have been hilarious. Hilarious.
If you were Joe Buck with a name like Joe Buck, would you have taken this gig?
I would imagine that he would lose his job at Fox if he did so. So no,
His bag would probably huge. His bag is huge.
Like I'm sure he makes more than $1 million for Fox.
He probably laughed at it. He probably scratched my ass for $1 million.
That is true.
Look, here's it. I just did it. Yeah, that actually makes sense.
He did tweet, though. He retweeted the story himself. And then he said, today, the 17th day of April in the year 2020, I became the first sports announcer to ever reject a 7-figure offer from a porn site. Then he also added that he wanted that on his headstone.
I bet you Marv Albert would say, yeah.
Marv Albert would have been so behind on calling for everything.
Looks like he has 3 fingers in her. Oh, I'm sorry, they're telling me it's just 2.
Jesus Christ.
What is that position called?
They're in the 68. Wait, nope, sorry, 69.
They'll be in doggy style. He'll be like, oh, missionary.
Oh, is that a butthole? What is that?
Y'all wow. Y'all
filthy.
Freaky ass.
It's filthy. It's because everybody at home and it's dark outside, fam.
What the fuck they gotta do with freaky ass niggas?
That's a freaky vibe, fam.
I was gonna say, I know what I do when it's dark outside and I'm at home.
Mr. Dance. That's what it is.
All right. Anyways,
wait for this kid to go sleep.
You already know.
That's like the pastime, bro. And what time he going to bed? He's sleepy yet?
Jalen Green, the number 1 player in ESPN's 2020 recruiting rankings, announced on Thursday that he will forego playing college basketball in order to join the NBA G League pathway program next season. A little bit after he made that announcement, number 13 prospect Isaiah Todd, who's a 6'9" point forward, joined him after decommitting from Michigan. So, you know.
And to be clear, they're not actually full-fledged G League players.
Right.
NBA has set up an academy in Southern California. They already have academies all over the world for international prospects, but they'll get like enhanced training. Like they'll be on a team with a bunch of vets. Like they have like a whole infrastructure built around them. They will play some games against G League teams, some games against like international teams, but they won't play like a full G League schedule because like the NBA and the G League, like they've been talking with top prospects about like, okay, if you were to choose this route, like what's some stuff that you would be concerned about? What's some stuff that would need to happen for you to consider it? And that's how they kind of came to what they came to.
Gotcha.
So that included more money because I think it started off as like 150, 250, something like that. So he got $500,000. They were concerned about, just being dropped in the G League and not having any control over where they played. They were concerned about the individual teams and the affiliate teams not having an incentive to develop them. Like if they're not going to be a part of like their, like their NBA team. So it sounds like they eliminated some of that stuff, and the NBA was really gung ho about getting like top prospects. Like they talked to a bunch of like top 20 guys because they really want this to work. And
so that'd be interesting because then that takes away from the NCAA. Well, somebody posed the question like, do people really think if the top 20 prospects don't go to the NCAA that the NCAA will crumble or fall or whatever the case may be? No, because it's still a bunch of players and it's somebody else who's willing to try to fight for that spot that Mr. Number One overall would have had in the first place.
And also, these are just spots for like the best of the best.
Right.
So, it's going to be plenty of people accepting. Like the NCAA is going to not enjoy this because they're losing some of the top names who help them sell their product and therefore get more eyes. So the NCAA, they don't like it, but they're not going to crumble at the same time over it.
And I mean, like the schools and the coaches are the brands anyway. Like the players are interchangeable. True. So I don't think that this is like the death knell for the NCAA, but I do think that they'll be. It already seems like they're going down a path where they'll allow like likeness and like players to capitalize off of their likeness. So like, getting endorsements and that type of stuff. Right. And that was because of like the California ruling and stuff. Like, I think that's 2022. So that's just coming around the bend, and they know that that's not going to be any state that's going to have that. So I think sooner rather than later that's going to happen, and this is just going to nudge them even further in that direction quicker.
Well, I think also it could be a win for NCAA because maybe you have more schools with Wisconsin like mentality where you got to go to school for at least the 3 years. Because then you'll have players in programs longer since they won't be as highly recruited.
No, I think the only thing that could change that is if the talent pool got bigger. Still the same amount of prospects. It's just they're coming from different places. But like if you go back and like get rid of the one and done rule, and then you got 18-year-old, then you might have people playing in college longer because it's just more people who are getting drafted, possibly. But even yet and still, people trying to get out and get their money.
Yeah,
them days is long gone.
Yeah.
Last thing we got on the docket for tonight before we get into the Tech Top 5, unless there are any blow the whistles.
Yep.
WWE, we now know how Money in the Bank is going to look. The match itself will be a race to the roof of the Titan Towers. And what that means is that both briefcases for the Money in the Bank match, so both men and women's, will be hanging from the trusses at the top of the WWE headquarters in Connecticut, which they call the Titan Towers.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I got to see how this goes.
The participants for the match will start on the ground and have to fight their way up to the top. That is how Money in the Bank will be this year. And they're going to record it probably like the Firefly match and the Boneyard match. It's going to be a production.
Yeah.
It sounds...
Okay, now I'm on board. Because like when I just thought it was just going to be watching people walk upstairs for a half hour.
Randomly swing at each other and fall down the stairs and keep running.
But if it's like cinematic.
It has to be cinematic. Yeah, it has to be.
They'll probably use that whole damn building.
Yeah. It could be really good. It could be really good.
And it's just going to be a race to the top. And you're going through... That's what I said. I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds fun.
Be creative, WWE. Exactly. Yeah, make this cinematic. Make this a movie. Please.
I'm here for that.
I think Bray won't be in it because they would just have him like teleport to the roof and be waiting for him.
You're sitting there looking at him cheesing and shit.
Or he'll just keep popping up randomly in the middle of it. Like, wait, how did you... Okay.
And then disappear.
Right.
He'd be like the nemesis from the Resident Evil. Man,
See, no,
Actually, I
don't
can
talk
see Bray
about
doing that.
scary. No, let's change the subject. Once again, it's dark outside and we at home, so let's change the subject. Y'all got any blow the whistles this week?
Nope.
I do not.
No.
Georgia's governor, but that's about it.
She's slow as shit.
In that case, take top 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tech Top 5.
Last week's Tech Top 5 was top candies. Who won that? Was that Ken? It was either Ken or Tim, I think.
I think it was I
don't know.
You know what, Tim? We'll say it's you, fam.
I'm pretty sure it was me.
Because I'm pretty sure you were up there, so don't get him Pierre, please. Pierre and victory.
It was very close, of course.
What's going on?
This week, though, we're going to be doing biggest retirement comebacks since Last Dance just premiered and whatnot. Let's talk about this. And Gronkowski. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Are we going to regular tech order? Or are we going to reverse tech order?
No, we're going reverse.
Go ahead, Ken.
All right, number 5, I have Brett Favre. Number 4, the Roger Clemens. Roger Clemens, after he came out of retirement, he won a Cy Young.
Cheating ass.
Juicy.
Hey, he won it, though, goddamn. He did it, though, goddamn.
Was that sock really Roger?
Number 3, Michael Phelps.
That's a good one.
Number 2, I want to say Randall Cunningham.
Number 2. Okay.
Number 1, Jordan.
Which one?
Yeah. We had to pick which one.
Was it one in the 4-5?
No, they won. Only one. We don't talk about that second one.
I do.
All right.
So
that one don't count, though.
Okay.
I don't feel like that one count.
So you talking about the I'm back one? 93, 90, when he came back in 95?
When he came back to the Bull.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 5, I have George Foreman. He retired in 77 and became a pastor and all that stuff. Then his people needed money, and he came back in 87. 10 years later, he ended up being world champion again in the early 90s. So
knocking niggas up.
Yeah, old George.
Got some creepy crawly shit.
Yeah, someone crackling.
It wasn't me.
Number 4, I got Shawn Michaels. Retired in 98. I didn't totally know.
I don't know. I was just saying, like, I hope nobody else had it.
Yeah, 98. He came back in 02 when he had the bad back after crashing on the coffin in that, match against Undertaker. Number 3, I got Michael Jordan's last comeback. The 99 retirement, coming back in 01. Came back right after 9/11. It was a real boost. I will never forget that. And Jordan was just so cold that even at 40, like, him at his worst was still dropping 20 a game. Like, I don't care what nobody say.
Like, saying that, I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Y'all want y'all two guards to average 20 points a game. Y'all will take it. Y'all will take y'all two guard averaging 20 a game
every time.
Well, he plays small forward on the Wizards, but I get your point.
You'll take 20 points a game.
Right.
It's the bottom line. Number 2, I got Brett Favre when he retired in 08 and came back in 08. Number 1, I got Jordan's, famous retirement, the 93 retirement, coming back in 95.
I'm sure I can't even see it. 5, Roger Clemens. 4, Brett Favre. 3, Money Mayweather. 2,
Pacquiao?
He retired like young and then came back.
Yeah,
like he used to be Pretty Boy Floyd, then he retired and came back as Money Mayweather.
Okay.
2, Shawn Michaels, and 1, Jordan with the Bulls.
I didn't even think about the Shawn Michaels.
Me neither. 5, I got Randall Cunningham. Number 4, I got Brett Favre. Number 3, I got George Foreman. Number 2, I got Michael Phelps, and 1, I got Jordan.
All right. That's it. That's all.
And
that's the show this week.
You have it.
Hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you join our Facebook Overtime group. That is how you're able to vote in the poll and decide which one of us is the winner for the week. So make sure that y'all do that. If you're in the group, make sure you're looking for the poll. If you don't see it, ask the question. Make sure it's up there. Make sure y'all vote.
I'm trying
And make sure that y'all vote for Tech File Cinema too.
For sure. Keep voting for Tech File Cinema. We're going to have to end up bringing some of the losers back. Maybe week 5 can be the top 4 losers or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, if you want to follow me on social media,
candy?
Yeah, can you mute yourself during my outro, please? All right.
Fat ass bag of candy too. I ain't munching and shit.
Anyways, if you want to follow me on social media, you can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On Twitter, Instagram, PSN at Camille Monet, CamilleMonae, because
your mom is fancy.
Thank you, sir.
At Bucksburner and _Eric J on Twitter.
That's all you get.
Everyday _gentleman on Instagram. KHarris216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. C'est la vie.
Peace, y'all.
No coming together like butt cheeks this week.
Whatever crap you said. Yeah, what's your phrase, Tim? You think
when I leave. That was Eddie Griffin, dog. Come together like butt cheeks.
Don't make this a thing, fam.
No, I'm not gonna make it a thing.
Please don't make this a thing. All right, bye, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.